I want to touch on your dad real quickly because
Okay.
there is a Dwight Smith Sr. Does he go by Dwight Smith Sr. or just Dwight Smith now?
He goes by Senior.
By Senior?
Yeah, because
Okay.
my mom will call us at the same time, and then we don't know which one she's asking for. So,
Yeah.
so she goes by Senior.
Nice. So he obviously had a major league career of his own, and he spent a little bit of time in Baltimore. But you were pretty young back when he played in the major leagues. What do you remember? Do you have any specific memories from his playing days when you were 4 or 5 years old?
The only thing I remember is in 1995 when my dad won the World Series with the Braves, and he was about to pop a bottle of champagne on the table, and then that was right before my mom took me out of the clubhouse, so champagne wouldn't get in my eyes. So
That's awesome.
that's literally the only thing that stands out to me, because I was I was 3 at that time.
Yeah.
So like when he finished playing, I was probably like 5 or 6.
Right.
So I don't really remember much.
Well, that's a heck of a memory to have to
Yeah.
take with you. How much do you remember of him kind of coaching you as you grow up? We've heard of other guys that had professional baseball players for dads that were a little bit more hands-on, or some that were back off. How did he kind of coach you as you grew up?
We went to the field all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I was always around him. When he was away, he was a coordinator with the Rays at the time. I would finish school, and then as soon as I finished school, I was around the road with him,
Really?
traveling everywhere on the field during BP before our team took the field, taking ground balls, hitting, doing everything.
Wow, that's awesome.
I was always around him.
And so you, from a young age, sounds like you always wanted and kind of knew that you were going to be a big league ball player.
Yeah, but at that time, I wasn't really thinking about
Right.
major league ball players.
Yeah.
I was just having fun.
You were just a kid.
Yeah, just running around, just being with the guys.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed that.
Absolutely. Well, he's always been around baseball, and you've always stayed close to him as well.
Yeah.
You call him and your mom and your sisters before every game. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. So what does that do for you? Does that give you a confidence boost? Does that calm you down?
Yeah, it relaxes me because just to hear familiar voice, because I'm not around them all the time. So hearing their voice always relaxes me, and then it's just a ritual I do. So it's like one of the things I do before I take the field. So
Yeah.
it's warming to me, and then I just relax and I go take the field and play my
Awesome.
game.
Well, it's a little bit early. The game is not for a few hours, but we
Yeah.
figured we would get your dad on the horn anyway because we kind of want to hear what it's like to have that conversation with your dad before the game. So let's get him up on the phone. Dwight Smith Sr. is going to be calling in right now.
Okay.
And you guys can have a nice little phone call. So that's why we have the annoying IFB in here. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
What's going on?
Hi, it's Paul and your son, Dwight Smith Jr. here. How are you?
You doing pretty good yourself?
Good. We're great. And it is a few hours before the game. We already knew that you were going to be in town, so we also happened to arrange you to be on the phone coming into the web studio, so come on in.
Okay.
Welcome. Senior and junior in the same room right here.
That's right.
Welcome to the show.
You didn't tell me it was coming.
I know I ain't supposed to.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? Great.
Wow. We got father and son here with you at MASN All Access. Sorry we had to keep that a secret from you there, Junior.
Oh,
but
wow.
We figured that would be a nice surprise. Welcome to MASN All Access. We're glad to have you in town. We'll get you mic'd up there as well. How long have you gotten to see him while he's been in town here?
He got here on Memorial Day, so a couple days, yeah.
Nice. So welcome to Baltimore. You haven't been back, I've heard, in quite a while, not since you played for the Orioles back in 1994, right?
Yes, right. 'Cause back in the time when we strike, which is unfortunately on the 12th of August, back in '94, and he was 2 years old then, and the first time I've gotten back, which is deja vu. And we were sitting in the stands the other night, and I was telling my wife, I said, this is the first time we back, and I was in left field, and now he's in left field 24 years later, so that was pretty remarkable and scary.
Yeah, and when you played for the Orioles, it was 1994. The ballpark was brand new. Obviously, it's a shame that the strike had to end that season. You guys had the 4th best record in the American League when that strike occurred. What are your memories of that season?
I mean, like you said, having started in California Angels, and we wasn't doing really well over there, and Baltimore got me an opportunity to come over and be with the team, and Cal Ripken and Brady Anson and all the crew was real cool, and Mike Devereaux, and we just gelled together. Jeffrey Hammonds, I mean, Chris Orioles, I can keep going.
Yeah.
It was Rafael Palmeiro, who we played together with the Cubs, and it was just so much fun because we were winning.
Yeah.
And then Cal was going down the stretch of going to be retired of consecutive games, so
Right.
we didn't get an opportunity to experience that. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Yeah. So, Junior, have you gotten a chance at all? I'm sure growing up you got to hang out with him, as you mentioned, but did you get to watch any of his game tape?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Really?
Of them. Yeah.
Has he showed it to you?
He's pulled them out.
Really?
Yeah.
Any from your days with the Orioles, or mostly with the Angels?
Well, it's a mixture. It's
Okay.
a mixture where they put a highlight reel on me, and I kind of show him a little bit from the different ones.
Nice.
A lot of them from the Cubs and the Braves, because unfortunately, we was only here about 28 days before we
Right.
in the strike.
Yeah, and you came here, you played left field, as you mentioned, and now you get to see your son play left field in this very same ballpark. What is that like to see in person?
Nerve-wracking.
Really?
No, and it's awesome at the same time. I mean, because he worked hard. Coming up as a young man, he listened. I'm more proud of that. And we worked hard every time. Like we used to come as a coordinator. He used to be around me all the time and around that ballpark. And it never was forced on him. I wanted him to enjoy what he was doing. And I went to the cage one day and I saw him hitting without me giving him any instructions. I came over and told my wife, I said, this guy can hit. And
Nice.
so we started working with it. And like you said, not only we learned baseball, we learned a good relationship through that as well.
Yeah, that's something that I feel like a lot of guys can get burnt out, but did you feel like you were able to help him as he went along and share some of your knowledge from playing?
Correct, because like you said, I'd like him to ask me to go.
Right.
I didn't want to be that overbearing dad, and because there's always enough pressure on him carrying on his back that he was Dwight Smith's son. If in the Little League, if he would get a hit, he should have got a hit because he's Dwight Smith's son. If he didn't get a hit, he should have got a hit because he's Dwight Smith's son. So he really couldn't win.
Yeah.
So I kind of protected him and shielded him away from that and wanted him to be a kid and enjoy himself.
Yeah, and now you got to see him. Obviously, he was with the Blue Jays organization for a while, going back and forth between the minors and majors, and now he has cemented himself as a starter here in Baltimore. Finally, you've gotten to see him be a starter. Does that mean a little bit more?
That mean a lot. That mean a great lot. Like you said, having him overcome the obstacles. It just didn't happen overnight. He had to keep working, and I think that matured him and made him a better individual that he's going to be down the road. And like you said, it's beautiful to see it materialize because you never know, because this game is fast. So he got an opportunity to play, and we're going to run with it.
Absolutely. Now, I saw you have 46 career homers. Is that correct? And Dwight, you already have 9 this season alone. Question for both of you guys: who has more pop, father or son?
Me.
He got
What do you
more
say?
pop. He got more pop
You
than I got.
agree?
Yes, he does.
All right. How about fielding chops? Who's a better fielder, would you say?
He's a better fielder.
Really?
Too. Yeah, because unfortunately, that's why I had to focus on defense on him so much, because they used to take me out the game, Don Zimmer, in the 7th and 8th inning. If I get to hit in the 8th inning, defense replaced me. So ever since he was a little boy, he didn't want to do defense. I said, you're going to do defense, because they're never going to pull you out of game.
Right.
Like that. So he's a way better defender than I was.
Really? Good to know. Okay. And then contact hitter. Who would you say? Father or son? Who makes more contact?
Me.
You. Would you agree?
It's close.
I don't know. It's close.
It's close.
It's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can't thank you enough for coming on here. I'm sure this won't stop you from having your second conversation later on before the game. Now that you're here, do you do that conversation in person, or do you still call him and call your sisters?
Since he's around, I'll probably just talk to him now.
Nice.
Yeah, but we call every day is short and sweet. It's nothing overbearing. We get to watch the games every night. He's a mature, grown young man now, and he's got a hitting coach here, so you never try to overstep the boundaries. I might tell him to just stay back, relax, and have some fun, and keep enjoying every day, because it's a beautiful thing too, that what you have achieved. So that's pretty much how we attack it.
It's a great father's perspective.
That's it.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Dwight Smith Sr. and Dwight Smith Jr. Guys, thank you so much for coming on MASN All Access. We can't thank you enough.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having us.
Yeah, and good luck the rest of the way as the season continues. You'll see him tonight in the field as well. Guys, thanks so much.